This is bad. I have no internet connection on here. What are you doing? Okay, we are back up and running. It's like I say about every blinking technological thing. It's okay when it works, but when it doesn't work, it's an absolute nightmare. Too long. No.
Mercy still be on me.
No. Well. I just haven't thought. I bought 2 packets of crisps. Where did the other one go? Oh, on top there. Okay. Let's have a crisp.
some flesh mountain.
System. It's a short system, but a good one. No. Run. I think. No, get away from me. Stay away from me.
That's all.
Granny, did you disconnect or something?
Yeah. My internet went off, Wheels. It came up with all sorts of error messages. Couldn't connect and couldn't connect.
Bloody hell.
Then giving me all sorts of, giving me all sorts of addresses to go to sort out the Wi-Fi hub. First time it's done that for quite a while. At one time it was doing it all the time. So much so that I started to keep a record of it. And, then I was going to go and complain to the internet people. But like I say, this has been the first time for ages. This area was quite well known for bad internet connection. And when they started
I'm back now too. Pushing this
pushing
burrito into my face.
and I'm eating crisps, so there you go. Yeah. Yeah, so, I don't quite know what internet we've got here now. I don't know. I always put it onto the fastest one that I can do when I go and check it out. But I'm not quite sure if we've got what's called Jurassic Fibre now. Or is there something else? But my daughter, now she only lives out of the town about a couple of miles, I suppose she's probably. She's up across the way on another estate. But the place she's in is not so much on an estate. She's not crowded around with houses. She's got quite a lot of open space around her. Whether that makes a difference, I don't know. But she's just had to, because she moved, she's just had to have internet put in to this place where she is now. And she said, it is so quick, it's unbelievable. And I said to her, well, ours is okay down here, but it's not that quick. I think she was saying my grandson, he downloaded a film or something. She said it took seconds only. But there you go, it is what it is. At least we've got it. As long as it behaves itself.
It's really crazy to think about. Did you ever have dial-up?
Yes, I had dial-up connection. Yeah, we had. I can remember the old dial-up connection. I can remember the old, what would now look like to be quite an old-fashioned computer as well, a great big chunky thing, like a little television screen. Yeah. Come on. No, no, no. I did that to thingy one. I wasn't concentrating enough.
Same, my first computer was like that. I
95,
had it in
yeah.
1995.
I can't remember what year I had my first computer.
There weren't many of us in my small town who had computers with internet at home.
I'm trying to think where I was living. We had 1, 2, 3. We had 3 different houses we moved to before we
I can
came
only
here.
think of 1 or 2 other kids who had a computer at home.
And I cannot remember having a computer in any of them, but I had, because I already had it when I came here. We've been here 30 years. So that would take us back to what? 1970? 90? No, not 1970. 1990 something. I must have had a computer before we came here. I know I did. But I can't visualize it in any of the other houses. I'm trying to remember the layout of the house to see if I can remember where the computer would have been. I can remember playing Super Nintendo console on our television at home. Weird. I know very well. Oh, there's something in it now. Yeah, because if I had dial-up...
And what about the old stereos?
Oh, God, talk about the old stereos.
Big massive speakers and wires everywhere.
I was going to say, huge big speakers, massive, weren't they? I tell you what, we have still got out the back. My husband actually has got the speakers.
I remember my dad spending a fortune on those things.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we had what was like...
My dad still has his back
was like
at
a
their
deck,
home.
I suppose you'd call it. Yeah. We had a thing that played records, cassettes, and a radio. Like a 3-in-1 thing, and that was the one with the big speakers on it. Before that, we had a radiogram, and that was a long wooden piece of furniture, and I think that only played records. And then when everything got a bit more updated, I gave the radiogram thing to my dad. He was in his element.
Some of the older equipment
He
was
thought
quite
you'd given him
beautiful with
£1 million.
craftsmanship.
Yeah. That now is out in the back there in storage. And my son had his eye on it, and I thought he wanted to take it at one time. I have no idea whether it would still work or not. Because it's been out there and it does get damp out the back there, I think, sometimes.
Like a piece of nice furniture almost.
But it was a piece of furniture. Absolutely. And also, I have got my very first, one of the very first things I bought when I was 15 years old and I was out to work. And that is a Grundig tape recorder. That is out the back there. And it's probably, I mean, the tapes deteriorate after a while, so it's probably not any good now. But I have got a recording of the first moon landing in the 1960s. And I've got the complete recording of that. I think it was on the television or the radio, and I recorded it off of that. And I've also got my first record player, they were called. Just a square thing with a shut-down lid. You could play your records on that. So I've got that out the back as well. Oh yeah, we've got all the old stuff still going around. And I also know, I think I don't know if I said before, but another one of the first things I bought before the tape recorder and the record player was a guitar. And I used to walk past when I was at school, I used to walk past the music
went
shop.
From these great big electronics with beautiful wooden cabinets and all the way down to iPods the size of.
The music shop had this guitar hanging in the window. And I used to walk by and I used to think, that's the first thing I'm going to buy when I've got some money. And I think my first wage packet went on that guitar. Now I've been trying to think where that is. I know I still had it when my daughter was born, because I've got a photograph of her sat on the floor with this guitar on the floor by her. I don't think I would ever have got rid of it, so that is probably out the back there somewhere in storage. Yeah. Yeah. And another big, huge big piece of furniture. Take two on Wukong, yeah. It all went a bit wacky here with the Wi-Fi connection.
You don't want to run into that.
Yeah, I'm just reminiscing about all the old-fashioned stuff I've got stuck out the back of our storage. Just talking about the old stuff like a piece of furniture. I'll tell you what was like a piece of furniture. We went to a music exhibition that the local music shop was putting on, and my husband bought me a Technics organ because I played the piano and I missed my piano, something awful. But he bought me a Technics organ. It was a double keyboard and it did everything. It recorded everything. It had all the orchestra with it, and I can remember at the time the price of it was £6,000. It was a massive piece of furniture, but it looked good in our front room, and we had quite a large front room. That's when we had the bigger house. I'd stay all day on that, playing that. I used to love my music, still do. I miss it a lot. When we moved to here, I was worried about where to put it because, again, I was worried whether it would get damp or not. So my husband said, well, we can store it out the back, but what's the good of having it and storing it? And an instrument like that, if it gets damp in it, then the workings go all wonky. So I decided to sell it. And that was a £6,000 piece of equipment. The most I could get for it was £500. Nobody would pay any more than that. And now they're as cheap as chips. But that was a brilliant piece of furniture. Absolutely. Tremendous bit. Yeah. And that's what I used to do before I was gaming. I used to sit and play music all day.
How many heals do we have?
I've got about 2. And we've got it down to about... Now I'm probably going to have about 1 left. Oh, come on, why is my R2 not working? This is weird.
You only look like him.
Oh, R2's been out. And I was trying on it.
Granny, are those crisps flavoured?
They're just plain. Just slightly salted. But I have these because they are not as the greasy content in them is not as much, and the carbohydrate content in them is not too bad. And
you don't
they
like
are
all
called
the flavors, do you?
Hand cooked. So I'm thinking they might be possibly made at a slightly different direction as some of the other crisps. But they haven't got the greasiness to them. And I shouldn't be eating as many as these. One of the worst things, crisps, you know?
Haha.
I haven't got anything. Well, they are for me anyway. Once I start eating them, I can't stop. I've really got down. I buy a big packet.
You
Well,
don't
it's the
like
only
any
ones
of
they
the
do.
flavours?
Not in these lot, no. I do in the what I would call the more ordinary flavour crisps,
Like
like
barbecue or ranch flavour?
like the Walkers. They're a very popular brand, aren't they? Never tried barbecue, never tried ranch. I would go for like cheesy and oniony and some such as that. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a handful on in front of me here. And when I've eaten those,
I like the cheese and onion flavoured ones.
the rest is going to go away. There you go. Yeah, ones I don't like, a prawn cocktail. I don't like the prawn cocktail ones. But my son, you see, he loves them. I'm not sure whether. I'm not sure whether to go along and wander along a little bit more. Just for a little bit of a different area. At least it's good that you can sort of, you know, come back. Not quite sure. Yeah, not quite sure if we can get out from here. So, let's at least do this one. Here you are. Crisps are gone. Now I've got to leave them alone. So I could eat a lot. It's not good. What the hell? I remember I did it before and couldn't open any doors, could we? I think my little journeying might possibly have come to an end. Wow. Nothing's going to let me out of this area. By the look of it.
I could eat those crisps until I'm sick.
Until I'm sick. So could I, Wheels, honestly.
I reckon I could eat
They
3
are
bites and 4
so
bags.
3 or 4 bags. Oh. They are just so Moorish, aren't they? You can just sit there and crunch and oh. Right, I've gone in there and seen what is in the can I? No, I can't. Thought I could do something here, but I can't. And I can't open that. And hang on back, let's get myself orientated. Yeah, well, I've just gone in there, am I? Come on, silly woman. Yoke shakes. I'm wondering if I can run out through the other side very quickly. Here. No, you can't. So you can't go any further if you go in here. Look at that. We are stymied. Whoa. Go up there now, is it? Oh. Come down, come down. Ah, he's got me. He's to him. Nearly, but not quite. Well.
Granny, I bought these pills. Peptide
pills. Okay. That is for eating your food too fast. Aha. There you go.
My friend told me they are for stopping aging.
They're stopping it? No, then. Who told you that?
She said they are quite good.
Oh. Well, I have never heard of those. To me, and I'm not sure if we have peptide over here, but I recognise the name. I thought they were indigestion tablets. I have to Google it. I'm sure they're indigestion tablets.
I'm going to give them a try. I'll let you know how they go.
Right. Yes, please keep me updated. Be very interesting to see.
Perhaps I'll be in my 20s.
I was going to say, you'll be going backwards. You'll be a little bit like that film Benjamin Button. Now his age changed, didn't it?
Oh,
So,
yes.
I have a little joke to tell you about age.
Aging in reverse.
If I haven't already told you before. Now then. There was an elderly couple went out to dinner. Both in their 70s. While they're having the dinner, a little fairy came down and landed on the table.
Okay.
Looked at the gentleman and said, if I could give you a wish, what would you wish for? So he said, my wish would be to be sitting across from a lady who was 20 years younger than myself. The fairy looked at him. So then she turned to the wife and she said, if I give you one wish, what would you like? And she said, I would just like to stay with my lovely husband and perhaps have a nice cruise somewhere. relaxing time. So the fairy goes, okay. Turns back to the husband and says, on thinking about this, I will grant you your wish, sir. So she waved her magic wand and she turned him into a 90-year-old. The moral of the story being, be careful what you wish for. And also, I always add on the end of this could be reversed. This could be a lady doing it to her husband. It doesn't necessarily have to be a man doing it to his wife. So it could be turned around either way. But when I heard it, it was always the husband. He wanted to be sat in front of somebody 20 years younger than himself, bearing in mind they're both 70 years old. So he ended up being a 90-year-old, and she's still 20 years younger than him. Ha ha. What do you reckon? Don't you just love it? Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Ah, yeah. I think that's quite a comical little joke. I always keep that under my hat to bring out it at an occasional time.
Hey, Granny, I meant to tell you before. Did you know that people who own Jeeps
No,
wear
do you really?
as we pass on the street?
Oh, no. Why is... Oh, okay. Is a Jeep a popular... Must be a popular car, yeah? See, a Jeep here... I don't know, it would probably be called a four-wheel drive, I think. Uh-huh.
And another thing.
Okay.
They've started putting little rubber ducks on your Jeep.
Rubber duck. Is this a joke? Or is this 100%? Why you want to put a rubber ducky on your... Rubber duck belongs in the bath. Again.
So you may be in a shop.
So you may be in a shop and come out and there will be a little rubber duck putting the door handle. Oh, man. So you'd be waving at somebody with a little rubber ducky on. You know, if you were here, especially in London, and, you know, people had rubber ducks on their cars, and you passed somebody who also had a rubber duck, they would shout out,
Granny,
hello, ducky.
I have like 15 or so ducks
in
my
shop. You don't?
shop.
Do you really? Okay. Well, I suppose they're as good as anything to put on your car. Ho, ho, ho.
Yes, the glove box is filled
the glove box is
now.
filled. Oh, yo. Well, the only thing I can say to that is at least you don't have to feed them. And I might possibly be thinking you might take one or two of them in the bath with you. Because like I say, over here, this is where rubber duckies belong, in the bath. I sort of mind my health. Right, at the moment I'm just wandering, and I am going to have to go back and kill the mothers. This the fire one.
I want to kill that one with the massive head.
Want to kill that one with the massive head? Do him. He's hard. He's a tough nut. He is a right tough nut. Okay, we can't go any more over there. We're just up a dead end. Whoa! Anything else we can find to bash?
Can we do any effect damage like fire or lightning?
No, we can't. The only damage effect I can do is that when you turn him into
and what about magic? Is there any magic
when you turn him into a statue, you know, you can sort of turn him into stone. At the moment, that's all I can do, but there are others. Magic, I don't know yet. But you see what I'm looking at is when it does come up, when it does come up, those bars along the bottom left there, in the left corner, they are the white one for health, and the blue one underneath, I would imagine was magic. And then
perhaps
I think, I can't remember.
A bit, we can start using
magic. Yeah. But I am going to have to do this area now, because although not killing those two across the way here has allowed me to go up to this temple here, this temple is not going to let me out until I have killed the boss there. So I need to do these others.
So now we just have this melee stuff.
All we've got is the melee stuff. Okay, so when I come to a altar, shrine, whatever you want to call it, and it says I can craft, there is nothing at the moment to be able to craft a weapon. But it looks like further on into the game we can do. But it's all sort of leading us back to the same thing, isn't it? I have to either kill this one or kill the other one. And then progress on to kill the third one. So it's really, there's three of them to do, isn't there? Let me have a look. What have we got here? How am I now? I'm not quite up to 14. I wonder if I could find it. Either that, or perhaps have a go. Still need a bit more before I can progress another level. So, come on, are we going to go right back to the first save place? I think there is a building. I need to regrow them. Right. So, here you see, wheels, it's craft armor. And I'm only able to craft what I have already done. Store buy or sell. So really and truly, I need to buy this one. I think I bought some, didn't I? Okay, so it looks like we're on a limited amount. Poison resistant, I think I'm okay with. So there's nothing here at the moment that would let me self-advance. I think, have I got any extras? Oh, I've got some there, haven't I? Yeah. Okay. So can I do any more? I can't do any more there. Increases maximum stamina. Oh, and what can I do down here? What is this? Dodging no longer from light. This only applies
Granny,
to
I'm going to Toledo tomorrow. I've got to be up there for customer meetings early next week. All this damn driving I do.
Oh, you're driving, yes. So where is it you say you're going? You're going to Toledo? Ah. Is that so far away from where you are? I've been hearing Ohio
it's
mentioned.
Like a 2-hour drive north of here.
Is it a 2-hour drive north? I've been hearing Ohio mentioned on our news quite a bit lately with regard to these political goings on at the moment. And I always think,
yes, everyone
Ohio.
has been talking about Springfield.
It's Springfield, Ohio, yes. It's been in our news quite a lot. I think I will be astonished at whatever the outcome is of the elections over there, whoever wins.
They have dumped a few thousand Haitians out here.
Oh, have they? Okay. So is Haiti not a very nice place to live then? I would have thought it would have been quite nice over there.
Springfield is less than an hour from where I am.
You're fairly close by, isn't it? Yeah. I suppose an hour away for you in a vast country like yours, an hour away is nothing. Where an hour away for us is probably at least 1/3 or 1/4 of the whole country. Oh, man.
My government has wrecked Haiti and then they bring the people here.
And then they print from, yeah. It's amazing, really. But, you know, now so much is coming out in the news about different places, different areas, different countries. We complain about this country, but to be quite honest, I don't think any country is that much different. I have absolutely not any great hope that things are going to get better here. I mean, okay, so if you've got people living in a place where their lives are in danger, their children are in danger, you know, their whole family is in danger of something, then I can understand, you know, you think if you're in that position, you would want to get away from it. But when I see some of the ones that are coming over here, now they're coming over from all over the world, from countries that are really quite good. They just seem to come over to seem to think that they're going to get
I understand this, but
a
it's
good
usually
deal.
my government that's causing all the trouble.
Well, you know what? Our blinking government here now, he reckons he was really adamant he was going to stop all this channel crossing. He's not done that at all. I mean, I don't know how you can do
You
it.
guys
I
just
really
do
don't.
whatever we do.
Yeah, you know, yeah. Well, I think our chappie, he's been over talking to President Biden, hasn't he, this last couple of days? No, I mean, I think I've always heard from other people from some years back, not just recently, you know, we will follow America. But then, I don't know. It's all getting very. Hang on, can I do this one? Yeah, I can do that one. I'm going to do that one. Massive reduces stamina cost of jumping. Each level temporarily increases focus gain from perfect dodges. I mean, martial arts you did, didn't you? Mobile moving forward. Initiates mode. That's deflecting projectiles. This is. Let's do this one. Okay. Back to this. It's no good, Wills. We're not going to be able to put the world to rights. So. But it is so well known, isn't it, that all that
I'm just
rioting we had the other week.
Hydrated now. I will be going to lift weights in a bit.
People are angry. We're getting what going to lift weights in a bit. Honestly, you are much too. Well, you're not really. You're doing it. You're doing the right thing, aren't you? You're keeping yourself fit, which is what we should be doing. Oh, come on, where was my... Yeah, I've got to go back here. And I'm going to do this and I'm going to rest. Yeah.
Then I'll go to the pool later.
You go to the pool. Swimming, they say, is really good for your health, isn't it? It's really good for your heart. I used to like swimming when I was younger. I used to love diving. I can remember I used to go diving a lot. Love diving. And I think all
It's
the things
going
I
to be
used
hot
to do.
today, and this is the last weekend for
It's
the
the
pool
last
to be
weekend
open.
for the... Oh, is it really? And then it gets shut down then. Does it fall... I presume the autumn
no,
in
I
winter
won't
time.
be doing anything positive for my health while I'm there.
Well, will you not? Oh, go in for a little swim. Go on, and that'll put your conscience at rest. And you're thinking, well, I have done a little something towards a healthy heart.
Other than vitamin D.
Yeah. Other than vitamin D, yeah. Well, I've got to try these damn vitamin B12 tablets. I've got to do them
I'll get
for about 4 or 6
and
weeks.
probably too much vodka.
And then go and get another blood test. A good dose of vitamin D. Well, you know, when you think of all you do, you're working hard, you're riding around all over the place, why not? You should have a good bit of relaxation time. Why not? Have I got nobody else to whack about here? That's why let's have a look. What am I on now? I'm not quite there yet. Oh, there we go. Here's another one.
Especially since it's the final weekend for the pool. They'll close it down and
they
drain it
drain
for the
it
winter.
as well, do they? Ah. Have you not got an indoor pool anywhere? I mean, I think the only pool we've got in the town is indoors. I'm trying to
No,
think
I
what
don't have access to any indoor pools.
You don't have to, not to any indoor. I suppose, have you got to be in a subscription type thing? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised nowadays. Everything you want to do, you've got to pay for. Sorry, I'm just looking around for anybody else. Oh, I can go down there and kill them. I'll come round this the other way.
The pool I go to
Yeah,
during the
let me go
summer is
down there
free.
and
It's
kill
at the
them.
condo community where I used to live.
Yeah, it's a condo community. Yeah. I gathered that. Yeah. But I suppose, like your condos.
I was living there for a while and have several friends there.
I am sort of imagining myself that they are very, very similar to what we would have as in apartments or flats or something. I mean, the ones that are privately owned, like the apartment flats type places, you have to pay a certain amount of subscription
to that, I reckon.
for everything. So it's like, well, like the daughter was saying, before she moved to where she is now, right, she was in a flat, and although the charge for doing the upkeep of the flat and the surrounding area was included in her rent. And then that was down to the landlord, obviously, to pay the bill each, I don't know, once a year, something like that. And she said to me, she said she was there for 10 years. And gradually, the outside of the building was like concreted over brick. So you had like the red brick built, and then they put a coating on it, like a concrete coating on it. She said over the 10 years she was there, she said I kept seeing it bit by bit, bit falling off here, a bit falling off there, and it was all patchy and things where it was all falling off. The windows needed painting outside, and though she didn't have any garden as such, she had I don't know, was it about a 2 or 3 foot level of gravel before a railing that separated the frontage from the pavement where people were walking. And she said you'd get weeds and things growing up through there. She said, and all the time, the 10 years she was there, she never saw anything being done. And this, this block of flats looked like they were just deteriorating more and more. So, whatever was meant to be done, through what people were paying, was obviously not being done. So she says to me now, she said, I don't know how I managed, how I stayed there for 10 years. When you see what she's living in now, it's so different. But There you go.
This condo I own here is a small community.
It's a small community, yeah. Yeah, we have, yeah, I mean, where my daughter was, I mean, there was only 2 flats above her. That was how tall, it was only that, like that. She was the ground floor, and then there was a second and third on the top. And it was like a square. And then you had car parking space undercover, and then you had another set of buildings, just the same.
We don't have any amenities like a pool or anything. We can't afford anything because
so
there's
much
only
dues,
so
yeah,
much dues
yeah,
we pay.
yeah. Yeah, but I mean, my daughter said she drove past there the other day, and she said, when I look at the outside of it now, I mean, it's been up for
We
sale.
just
She
have
had to get
safeguard
out.
dues in case there are repairs
The
needed,
repairs
or
emerges,
an
yeah.
emergency situation like if a bad storm damaged something.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, she had to get out of that because the landlord just came along one day and said he had to sell up. He'd been told by his financial people that he had to sell up because his finances were bad. That was at least 6 months ago now, and it's still up for sale. And my daughter went by there, and she said, I can't see anybody buying it just like that, Mum. She said, it needs a lot of work doing it inside. It also needs a lot of work doing on the outside. It needs new windows for a start. Nobody's going to come
The community
there.
where I go to the pool has something like
Is it
200
units?
so they have
It's
a big reserve of funds.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've had a lot of, I don't know if it's been brought out on your news, but we've had a lot of horrific things happening lately with our big blocks of flats. I think possibly 99% of the tall blocks of flats that were built, I don't know, back, not sure how long ago, they put this cladding on the front of them, and it's a fire hazard. We had an awful incident that started it off where 70 odd people were killed, trapped in the flat, because one of the flats downstairs had an electrical fault that caught fire, and it spread throughout this block of flats. So many people couldn't get out. And since then, it was then put down to the fact that what was put on the outside of the building was exacerbating the fire, and it made the fire shoot all the way up. Since then, I think there's been 2 more instances of that. I know, I mean, I suppose, think myself, I'm sort of in a lucky position. Well, what we've got, my husband's worked for since he was 19 years old. So, we've never been in a position where we've had to, go and have to live in, because I couldn't live in a flat like that, especially those tall ones right up on top. They say that when there's a heavy, high wind, they move. Oh, that frightened me to death. I couldn't live in it. Sorry. Not at all. I'd rather take a tent out on the common. No, I mustn't stay at him like that. I've got to get away. It's no good. It's no good for me to stand there and bash at him. No good at all. I'm not sure I'm going to be progressing much further on this. I am now, yeah, it is well, it's my own fault, Wills. I'm not playing it properly, am I? I'm completely mucking it up. I'm going to have to get my act together here, but also I think I am soon gonna have to go. Time is gone on. Give us tomorrow, which will go just as quickly, and that'll be another weekend over again. Oh,
It's
keep
like
on saying it.
We usually get bashed around
We
for
get
a
them
while,
eventually,
but we will get
yeah,
them eventually.
Whoopie-doo, whoopie-doo. I'm just, oh God, there's now my television's going to go off. Let's just say I'm teasing with him. That's all we can do. And shall I try him?
This one doesn't seem quite as open as like Elden Ring.
Not quite as open as Elden Ring, no. I mean, I've managed to go through this area a little bit more.
It sort of keeps you on the paths.
Dodging past this chappie here. But then, as you see, when I got to the temple up the way there, it does, yeah. So, yeah, so my... Oh, hello, it's got me. No, we haven't got me yet. Come on. I couldn't get out of the way. He still got me. He still botched me. I can't get as much.
Ouch.
I can't get as much health off of him. I don't know if I can the other one. So maybe when I come away from here, I might just bump up my level a bit more. See if that helps any or not. Not too sure with it. I suppose it must help, mustn't it? And I think I might have a little look into some info on it now. Yes, I've got a white line, a blue line, and a, what would you call that? A buff-coloured line. So what would that be? I think the one down... excuse me. I think the one down the bottom is probably my stamina. And the white one is my health. The middle one, if it's blue, it's usually magic, isn't it? What we do? Oh, come on, matey, let's have another go at you. Why not? Come on, R2, R2, R2. Just... Oh, he's got me. Just like that. This health thing is another thing, isn't it? Surely I ought to be able to have something more than just 3 whacks of hell, because that's about all that does. Well, this might be a funny time going on. Whoa. Tiny piece of gold and yarn. Okay. We get that. What good? So do we keep him close to him when he's on there, or do we get as far away as we can? Because it seems to me like that's got quite a large area of injury.
No Life was talking about buffs earlier.
Yes, I have got just
Do you know
one
about buffs, Granny?
buff available at the moment, which is, if you see over on the left-hand side here, the one down the bottom is if I get burnt. That is a barrier against getting a lot of injury if I get burnt, which is for that other for that other boss up the way there. The other one is to keep away evil something or other, which I don't think applies to anything else here. They're 1 or 2 bits about, but they are very limited. No. Should have got away from the musician. I'm just too mad now. I'm going to have to go anyway, I think. Because we're not going to do anything different here to what we are doing already. So this is going to be just a round and about and level building. And that's going to be it. It's a shame, isn't it? But, the game is good. I like it. And I know we will progress eventually. It's just a matter
Granny.
of...
I've got to get to the gym soon.
It will
Perhaps
be...
we will see
you
you
will
on
be
Monday.
in Toledo.
I'll be in Toledo.
Oh, well, you know, it's work. Wheels, it's work. And you take care driving. Which I'm sure you will. But there are some, if it's anything like over in this country, there are some very silly drivers on the road. And you've so got to be alert, haven't you, for them all? So you take care, you look after yourself. And hopefully Monday, hopefully it
I
will
will
be
drive
Monday. I might
tomorrow.
even
Sunday driving is usually better.
driving, yeah, less
Less
traffic on a
traffic.
Sunday. Yeah, yes, absolutely. I mean, I know when my husband, when he worked up in London and we were sort of halfway between a move, and I moved down here to live by where my mum was, but he still had his job up in London, and it's normally about a 3-hour drive from London down to here. And I remember he did it late at night, something like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. He did it in an hour and 45 minutes. And that was because of the time. There was nobody on the road. And mind you, he didn't have to put his foot down, and he was probably going over 100 miles an hour all the time. Because he was like that then. He's a bit like that now. He doesn't really take any notice of the speed limit. I can't imagine. I cannot believe that he's never been caught. We got caught in Spain once. They're vicious over in Spain.
I don't drive fast.
Oh man.
I just
I
go the
shouldn't be.
limit.
I should go, shouldn't I? Really, but I just reminded me. We were going in. We were going along. It was just before Bilbao, and we were going up a hill bit.
Haha.
Okay. And yeah, we got caught over the top of the hill. They stood there. They'd even got blinking guns on their shoulders. Dear Christ. Yeah, I gotta go anyway, am I? Otherwise, you just go. You're very good. So, well, I suppose you have to be, don't you, Will? You can't really get any. You can't really get stopped or get any tickets, can you? Because it's your job.
Okay, Granny,
This is the
enjoy your
thing.
day.
Yes, nearly tea time. So you've just had breakfast, and I'll soon be having tea. And all being well, we'll be back on Monday. So,
Hand pink waving, hand pink waving.
it's pink hands, Granny, goodbye. Thank you, everybody. It's been great. And now let's go and do what needs to be done. There we go.